people. Am I live? Oh, I'm live. I'm doing this. Which do I do live first? YouTube, Facebook, Instagram? I haven't quite got it right yet, but anyway. Good morning, people. All right, so we're going a little bit more full on this morning. But yes, if you're pregnant, you can still do that. I was noticing a conversation on Instagram earlier, and earlier this morning, yes, I have been up for which was, you know, this fear around exercise in pregnancy. And the reason I'm saying that, yeah, anyone can do what I'm doing is because I think it was really important that we normalise exercise in pregnancy. Yep, so just because you're pregnant doesn't mean to say you can't do this stuff. You can. You just need to have some guidance on it, that's all. And it's not a lot, actually, because actually it's more about you, by looking at both cameras, you listening to yourself as well. So yes, you need some parameters, and if you want to know what those are, you can go over to my YouTube channel and see the Powerful Pregnancy and learn all about those, or just message me and come and do one of my classes. You can try one for free, yeah? It doesn't cost you anything. And it's really useful to know the information that comes with being pregnant and the parameters that there are. I've also done a huge amount of work with Nike, and I've done guided runs with Nike, which gives you loads of information. So if you go to the Nike Run Club app, just look up running in pregnancy, and basically they're a guided run, and it's not, we're not telling you how to run with pregnancy. I'm telling you to go out and walk or run, whatever is right for you, and listen to the information, because it's really important that we increase our knowledge on all of this stuff. So, can you work out with weights when you're pregnant? Yes. Should you be working out with weights when you are postnatal? Yes, eventually, building up to it, depending on where you are postnatally. Should you be working out weights when you're perimenopausal and menopausal? Yes. Should you be working out with weights when you're postmenopausal? Yes. We should be using resistance training as much as we possibly can, because we need it. Because as we go through the life cycle, our bodies are doing this, so we've got to help ourselves by increasing our lean muscle mass. You change your metabolic pathways when you work with weights, and I can't tell you enough how important it is to build your strength. You don't have to work with weights, you need to work with some form of resistance. And actually in pregnancy, I really encourage people who struggle with core connection to use a band rather than weights, because it makes it a little bit easier. I can use the word safe, I don't like using the word safe, because that kind of has connotations that exercise is really bad for you. But you can feel more confident using a band than using free weights, okay? So feel free to do that. So I'm going to show you each exercise we do with using a band or a nice big weight. I've got some quite big weights here. I'm going to use a dumbbell, because most of you will have a dumbbell, probably more likely than one of these weighted balls here. So I'm going to use one dumbbell in my hand, and we're just going to go into a squat with a rotation. So all I want you to do is squat down and lift up and rotate. Actually, we'll do it without the weight first, so you can warm up a little bit. So, talking about safety, squat down, although to be honest with you, you could warm up with the weight, but that's another matter. We'll keep it safe. Yeah, and if you are exercising whilst postnatal or pregnant, you get your doctor's permission first. So I'm just squatting down and lifting up and rotating. Yeah, so squat down and lift up and rotate. So you squat down and you lift up and you rotate. So we're just rotating through the hip. Okay, let's do that on the other side. Squat down, and I'm just doing it slowly so you can pick up the technique. You drop down and you turn your hip. You squat down and you turn your hip. So it's recognizing that the body doesn't just work up and down, it works in rotation. So we're rotating the hip, and we're getting a little bit of movement in the waist and the shoulder. Do that one more time on this side. Okay, now we're going to go back to the other side, but we're going to do it faster. So you're going to drop down, and just don't worry about the pace, just go at your own pace. Yeah, so you're rotating, go at a pace that feels good to you. Rotate it through. Yeah, let's try that on the other side. Drop down, lift. Oh, I'm loving this music from Pure Energy. It takes me back. A very long time ago. All right, okay, so now I'm going to pick up my weight. So I'm going to do it slowly, and then I'm going to bring the arms up halfway, and that might be all you're going to do. But as you lift the arms up, you feel that load in the arms, but also in your core. Yep, so you're recognizing that there's core control required here. Feel it. If you have a weakened core, You might need to lift and pull up through your pelvic floor in order to feel your strength, yeah? Optional. But if you feel you need that stability and you need that kind of confidence to lift a weight, do that stop a wee feeling with your pelvic floor and it will give you that confidence. Okay, do you want to go faster? Do you want to go higher and lower? You can. Do what feels right to you. If you want to go slower. Down, lift. This is quite cardio as well, yeah? So you're lifting up. The heavier the weight you lift, the slower you'll probably want to go. The more confident you are, the faster you want to go. Go at your pace. Keep it going. We're going to do 8 more of these. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more. If you want to use a band, yeah, and you'll feel the difference. Yeah, you can have a rest, guys. But feel the difference with a band. Helps you with that feeling of control through your center, which is why it's good in pregnancy. Yep. You can go slower. Okay, change sides, other side. So using a band or your weight. So we're going to drop down, and if you want to move further with it, you can. You can rotate around to the opposite side, yep? So you can drop down and lift. Now obviously with a band underneath my foot, I can't rotate my hip. What I could do, it's a bit restricted. Yeah, I can. Just don't want your band picking up and hitting you on the nose. Yeah? Or you use your weight. Alrighty? So you go at your pace. You can go slower. Just adding in that little bit of rotation. Whole body movement. And it's got to feel good as you're doing it. Lift through your center. Breathe. Try to feel that whole body connection. Feel your body working as a whole, yeah? Should be feeling your heart rate going up. I'm going to do 8 more. You can stop whenever you want to. 4 more. 3, 2, 1 more. You're there, well done. Alrighty, either placing a band underneath your left foot or put your weight into your right hand. So I'm going to do a row position. You can do this in loads of different ways, and you might, for stability, want to put your knee on the floor. Okay, what I want you to think about though is the fact that you're using big muscles through your back and through your shoulders, through your arms. Do you know what? You can lift a reasonable amount of weight. Yeah? So you might want to do that. Yep. Have a think about it. What do you need to feel that pull? Tuck your elbow in, shoulders down, chin in, feel your back working. Yep. So you're keeping your head and neck in line so you can really feel that focus in on that arm movement. You can do it here, make it harder. You could take this hand away and add in rotation. That's nice. Pull. You can do it with a band. Yep. Just giving you loads of alternatives here. Okay, pull. This is nice. It feels good, do it. So you're just going to pull. Now really think about tucking that elbow in and feeling your muscles working. Just seeing a few of you doing it. Oh, are you watching or are you doing it? You're watching, I know. So you can do it later. Okay, do 4 more on this side. Pull. You could even do it like this. Yeah? You've got to keep your back long and your butt back so you feel that control through your left leg. Alrighty, let's do it on the other side. How are we doing? Other side. Left leg back behind. Okay, so remember you can do this on your knee. Okay, if you need that stability and control, because what we want to be able to do is focus on the main movement here, which is that rowing action. But it's still a whole body movement, even with your knee on the floor. But this is where you might need to start so you can focus on that movement and feel it and get into it. It should be fun. You want to feel your body moving. Tuck your elbow in. Breathe it through. Now you could go slower. You don't have to go to my pace. I'm just working with this music that I've got playing in the background here. But you can go whatever pace you want to. Yep. It's got to feel right to your body. Use your rhythm. You can have the hand down supporting or not. Use that wind up in your waist, feel your waist working. And if you are pregnant, you might want to put your hand on your belly, why not? Connect to it. Feel your center. Notice I'm in a forward lean position because I want to pull back into my back muscles. If I was up here, I'll start to work more into the shoulder, and I want to work into my back here. So I've got that forward lean. Remember, you can, if you want to challenge yourself a lot, go on one leg. Keep tucking that elbow in. Breathe. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. And you're there. Now when you get more confidence with these movements, you reduce the reps. I'm doing loads of reps here because I'm keeping it quite safe for this kind of environment. Again, I'm using that word that I don't like using. But in this kind of environment, I'm keeping it into a pace that is reasonable for you guys watching here right now. If you're in the gym, start upping your weights and going for less reps so you load more quickly, so you get a quicker response. And that's definitely a way to go. But you still get loads of gains, yeah, by doing higher rep bases. So don't feel you've got to kind of stick to that 8 to 12 rep base. As long as you're creating enough stimulus in the muscles to feel that load, then it's all good. It's all taking you up. Remember these little steps that I keep talking about. It's all good, 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 good. All right, we're going to do a little bit of tricep work. We did this with the fit circle the other day. Now, you can do a double arm, but I like to do a single arm. So I'm going to take the right leg back. The reason I like to do a single arm is because you then don't dominate from one side. But let's make it a whole body movement, and we're going to hold a lunge position. You're going to bring your weight back, squeeze into your right buttock, and really think about your core connection as you do this. So you're going to lift and lower. Now have a think about whether you've got one arm stronger than the other, because you don't want to lead with that strong arm. So I'm just going to pick up these little weights here. These are too light, but it might be that you're better off using 2 lighter weights so you can free your arms up. And then the stronger arm doesn't dominate the weaker one. Now this is a hard exercise to get right because you need to have your elbows up high. Can pregnant women take their hands up over their head? Ooh, controversial. Yes, you can. But what's happening is it's going to take your heart rate up higher. All right, so if your heart rate's going up higher, your heart rate is already elevated. Do you feel okay doing that? Yeah? Take your arms down. Can you recover from that movement? If you're struggling to and you feel your heart rate is going up too high and it's too much of a challenge, switch it to a lower arm position. You could do kick back instead. Whether you're in the gym or wherever you are, you can adapt it. Still working the triceps. Yeah? Kicking it back. Squeeze the backs of the arms, lift your core, breathe. So either here, or you can have your arms back up behind your head. So either is fine. Do 2 more, 1 more. Okay, change. I'm going to change legs, and we're going to do a little bit of bicep work. Use a heavy weight here. Okay. Do we need to work our biceps? Well, yes. And there's a big thing here that I always have with, let's work the biceps here, is that, you know, do mums need to work their biceps when they're picking up? You know, what's the point of picking up? Actually, these are quite heavy. You know, a few kilograms when you're picking up a child that weighs a hell of a lot heavier, and you're predominantly using your biceps all day long. So, pregnant women, train your biceps because you're going to need them strong, yeah? So, yeah, train them. But again, you're not just working your biceps. And if you're in this lunge position, you're working your whole body. Yes, you're dropping down, working the legs, squeezing into the buttocks. If you don't want to stay too static, you can move with it a little bit, yeah? Go up and down, particularly if you're pregnant, you might want to keep the body moving a little bit more. Again, do what feels good to you. Use a weight where you feel that load coming in. So, after about 15 reps, if you're still not feeling it, you should know that maybe you want to start upping the weights, yeah? So you want to feel that fatigue setting in. Shoulder blades drawn down, chin in, back of the neck nice and long, curl it through. Okay, do 2 more here, 1 more, and you're there. All right, so some little rules of thumb if you are going to do strong styles of classes. Can you do it? Yes. Can anyone do it? Absolutely. Pregnant, postnatal, absolutely. If you're pregnant, you want to be conscious of your core. First trimester, beginning of the second trimester, not so much of an issue. But as you go into the second part of the second trimester and into the third trimester, you're definitely going to feel more challenge in your core. Using a band is really useful, yeah, because it helps you to get that core connection which you need. And when I talk about the core, I mean the intrinsic muscle of the body. I'm not just talking about your abs, but obviously the abdominal area is a key concern, as is the pelvic floor. Do you need to train your pelvic floor in pregnancy? Yes, you do. Postnatally, you need to build yourself up to it. But absolutely, functionally, doing strength training, you need that. You need to be strong as a mum. Perimenopausally, you need to be strong and you need to be preparing for later in life. And actually in your 40s or in your 30s and your 40s, that's an optimal time to really start thinking about upping your weights. Do we all need to work in 8 to 12 rep bases? Well, yeah, that's good. That's what the recommendations are, and that's what we know helps to create a really good stimulus in the muscle. However, we've all got to start somewhere, and to work with a load that's quite heavy when you're not used to doing it can be a bit too much. To start with a lighter weight and a higher rep base, 15, 20 reps, 25 reps is fine, absolutely fine, as long as you feel that stimulus. And then as you get better at it and you're more comfortable with the movement, then you can start to increase the weight and lower your rep base. But also play around with the rep base, because just by changing what you do creates stimulus in the muscle. So just adding variety, doing different things. So going to a pump class 1 week and then trying a conditioning class the next, or a dynamic Pilates or dynamic yoga class. All of these things will build your strength, okay? Always think about movement that makes you smile. That's the most important thing. All right, well done guys. I hope that was useful, and tomorrow we'll be doing something different. This is going to be the last of my lives, because then I'm going to focus on bringing some other people in. I'm going to shut up, and I'm going to talk to some other people for our STEP-TEMBER campaign. So I hope you join me for our last workout, live workout tomorrow, and then from next week we will be doing lots of other interesting stuff. See you later. Ha ha ha.